Hello and welcome to the Wrestling Answers podcast. I am your host, as ever, Miyamo Jeff53, joined by my wonderful co-host, Joebot22.
Howdy. More Western approach this week. Um, I'll be talking French next week.
Well, you did take French at GCSE, so I would hope you would be
That
able
doesn't
to.
mean I learned anything though. I mean, you remember
Oh,
how
yeah.
bad I was.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Yeah.
wow.
Je
So
ne sais quoi.
I'm not gonna say any French until next week.
Comme
We
ci,
don't want to
comme
spoil
ça. What,
We'll talk about exclusively French. But again, we might do
yeah,
a bit of that
talk about
today.
French
Who
topic.
knows?
Yeah, no, we might. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything we want to say before the podcast starts?
Like and
It's
subscribe.
it's episode 14. So that
Oh, run away.
one person in the comments section that was saying can't wait for episode 14. Here you go. It's episode 14.
Wait, someone
I
was
bet
saying
you're
that.
coming in your pants, you dirty dog.
Hang on. I'll search up. I'll give him a
I
shout.
I cannot I cannot remember which
I'll
episode it
search
was.
every
I know who
episode.
it was. It was Monsieur Tarakian Terror. I remember he
Oh,
commented on one of the older episodes. Can't wait for episode 14. So
shout out
here
to
here you go.
Terrakion.
There you go.
Why
Hope
episode
you
14?
hope you enjoy episode 14, Tarakion Terror.
Maybe he knew the topic beforehand. He predicted them.
Maybe he
That's
did. Maybe
probably
he
on his
did.
soul.
Maybe he did and has. I doubt it though. But yeah, I think we'll just crack on with our first topic of the day, which is, I think it's quite similar to one we did a couple of weeks ago. It's on the amount of people, well, not the amount, it's on the people that have been released by WWE this week.
It was very
Because
surprising.
it sort of came out of nowhere, didn't it? It was a big shock to a lot of us. I think the only reason we knew ahead of time was because a couple of wrestling insiders were saying there's going to be releases today. Nobody knew. Jesus Christ, I'm struggling today. Nobody knew ahead of time who they were, but when they came out, I think a lot of us in the wrestling sphere were very surprised by at least two or three of them. The people released were Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Lana, Buddy Murphy, Ruby Riott, and Santana Garrett. Now,
Some big names there.
yes. We'll just very quickly just brush past Santana Garrett. I think she'd only ever really appeared on NXT. Apparently, from what I've heard and what she's even said, she was actually scheduled to appear on SmackDown last Friday before the releases happened, which is really sad because she got released literally like, God, 2nd of June. So what would that have been? Would that have been the day before she made her debut? That's rough.
Well, SmackDown's Thursday on there.
SmackDown's
Or the
Friday,
Friday.
so 2nd of June.
Second of
Was that?
June was Wednesday.
There you go. So she got released 2 days before she would make her debut. That's rough. Like, that's really, really rough. I don't know a lot about Santana Garrett, I'll be honest, As much as I am generally quite knowledgeable about wrestlers and stuff, I know very little about Santana Garrett. I know she wrestled in TNA for a while, but it was sort of during the period where I wasn't really watching. Like, I'd put on TNA Explosion every once in a while, and that'd be it. Ruby Riott, I feel really sorry for Ruby Riott. She's been consistently one of the better wrestlers in the women's division, but she's just never been able to live up to her potential, I feel like, in WWE, because, she had a really unique look. Obviously, she was in the Riot Squad with Sarah Logan before, and Liv Morgan, very recently. Obviously, Liv Morgan is the only surviving member of the Riot Squad now. But yeah, I just feel like Ruby Riott, she had a lot more to offer. She did get opportunities. I say opportunity. She had a women's title match against Ronda Rousey once, which she got squashed in like a minute and a half. But she was on, she on a pay per view in a women's title match. It's an opportunity, I suppose. And I remember, I think she got like a push in NXT as well. And I can't remember. I believe the Riot Squad also won the women's tag team titles. And if they didn't, then that is criminal. But yeah, Ruby Riott,
Who
probably one
else
of the
could have won
best.
it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like you had the
Probably a team with Nia
Iconics.
Jax and Charlotte Flair. They probably won.
Yeah, honestly. Um, but yeah, I feel really sorry for Ruby here. One of, if not like one of the top. Other than the Four Horsewomen, I would say she's one of the best women's wrestlers they had in the company. But now obviously they don't. Lana. Well, we all know Lana, don't we?
Not really upset in this one. It's just sort of weird how.
I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. If I'm being like
Yeah,
completely honest, I thought she would have come in like either the last or even the one before the last round of releases, because I think it's clear to a lot of us to see she's not really. I don't think the people backstage like her that much, and I think it's because she's married to Rusev or Miro, if you want to get serious about this. So I just feel like this one I can't get too upset about because I think we all saw it coming from from a mile away. Because I mean, on TV, I remember I saw she got put through the announce desk since Rusev got released. She's been put through the announce desk about 15 times, just for no reason by Nia Jax. I think it's just a way of the company saying "fuck you." We don't want you here, but you're still under contract, and we don't want to pay out your contract. So whatever. And to be fair to Lana, I will come to her defense a little bit here. Her efforts in the ring, she's gotten a lot better in the last 12 months. But to be fair, when your base level is probably the worst wrestler in the entire company to being like okay, okay by the women's wrestling standards in the company at least. It's not a huge leap up, I suppose, but you got to give her credit for at least trying.
yeah.
Who's next? Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy. Another one I feel sorry for. Buddy Murphy never really got used properly, I don't think. I say that, he won a couple of titles with the company. Obviously, he was a cruiserweight champion. Had some great matches on 205 Live, which nobody watched. Former Raw Tag Team Champion with Seth Rollins when Seth Rollins was doing that Jesus gimmick. Then he sort of got in like a sort of feud with Rey Mysterio, where the entire crux of the feud was not Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy's fucking Rey Mysterio's daughter. And Rey Mysterio's like, hey, don't fuck my daughter. And he's like, too late, can't.
When did this happen? What?
You don't remember this? This was in the middle of
Just
the
last year.
yeah. This was in the middle of the Rey Mysterio Seth Rollins feud. He just yeah. Just
It reminds me
started.
of that Impractical Jokers thing. It's like, I fucked your daughter.
Oh yeah. Started
Or should I say the
fucking his daughter.
tentacles? They weren't.
Yeah, they weren't at the time.
God, that that's just. Oh no, that's getting to our mind now.
Yeah. Who else? Buddy Murphy. Just another quick thing on Buddy Murphy. Obviously, I'd say genuinely one of the better wrestlers on the roster. he's very much a modern wrestler in terms of how he wrestles. If you get what I mean, like it's very flippy, quick strikes kind of thing, but not as like horribly overbearing as Ricochet. Because
Yeah, I was about.
Buddy Murphy's actually built, so like it sort of makes sense that he would be a big striker.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that style now where it's like just flippy shit and like
Yeah,
you
you
know,
know, everyone's copying Kenny Omega. I mean, Buddy Murphy, like one of his
I guess
signature
you could even say
moves.
like Rey Mysterio. Like he pretty
Uh,
much just invented that sort of.
yeah, well, Rey Mysterio is like all the flippy shit, and then everyone's sort of co-opted the Japanese strong style for themselves, haven't they? You know, Buddy
Yeah.
Murphy, I think one of his signature moves, I think it was like a big knee strike to the head. It's literally just a carbon copy of Kenny Omega's V trigger. So like, you know, I don't think it could be much more on the nose than Buddy Murphy literally copying Kenny Omega's moves. Um, but anyway, uh, who else? Alistair Black. This one I think is it's one that
It
we've
makes
heard quite a
sense,
lot
but it's
about.
shocking.
Yeah, it's one we've heard quite a lot about since it's happened from Alistair Black. He's told us about all these like different plans he had for the rest of his run, showing, he didn't hand his release in or anything. Like this wasn't his choice to get released. He'd already been planning out the next couple of weeks of his storylines and stuff. They were building all this stuff with like a quote unquote Dark Father that, according to rumors, Black hasn't confirmed it, but according to rumors, this Dark Father character was supposed to be the return of the Undertaker, and the Undertaker was going to be his manager,
Ooh.
and like this was going to push Aleister Black into the main event. And Aleister
What I
Black,
want this. What the hell, WWE?
yeah,
Come on.
yeah, and like another thing Black used to do. Do you remember He used to do promos. Where he'd just sit in like a dark room, and he'd be like, "Somebody please
Yeah.
knock my door," right? Remember those? Well, apparently, and this is from himself on Instagram, he used to like produce those himself. So like he would set up all the lighting and stuff. And the way he would set up the lighting is he would make all the colours of the lighting be the same as the colour of the gear of his future opponent, which is like
Oh shit.
it's like a really really cool thing. Like when you like look back at it, like I saw some comparison photos because if you remember, he had a really good match with Cesaro at Extreme Rules 2019, I want to say. And in the build up to this, Aleister Black had like all the lights, like you could see like small like beams of it in the background. They were the exact same colours as the gear Cesaro wore at Extreme Rules.
That's incredible.
Like
I'm
genuinely,
sorry,
the
but
guy.
if you can sit there and say that's not all,
No, like the
you're
guy. The guy really cared. Like the guy really, really wanted to get his WWE career off the ground. He was trying everything, even like small touches like the lighting being the same color, which I would never have noticed until he said. But now I've noticed it's like that. That's a really cool little touch.
yeah.
And obviously,
It's just attention to detail. Like you
yeah,
can tell
exactly.
he
He
had
he really,
passion
really
for it.
cares.
He
Yeah,
wanted it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, like
it's amazing.
if you remember, he sort of got involved in the Seth Rollins Rey Mysterio feud where Seth's whole gimmick was trying to gouge people's eyes out on the stairs, right? Because
Broke people up.
I'm sure you'll remember the Rey Mysterio one with the CGI eye sticking out of his socket. That was that
Yeah.
was funny. That was funny. But when Aleister Black came back, he was wearing a contact lens on one of his eyes because he'd had that happen to him. So like he was wearing like a contact lens to make it look like he'd like had damage done to his eye or something. Like even
And
stuff
I'm
like
guessing that
that.
wasn't something WWE like
Oh
asked
no,
him to do.
I don't think they would have asked him, but like
I'm
he
guessing
did
he
it
just wanted
anyway.
that.
Yeah, like And you know, we talk about all like Alistair puts all this effort into like his promos and like his appearance and stuff. You know, his matches, genuinely, I think if Alistair Black weighed like 20 pounds more, had a bit more muscle on him, I genuinely think he could be a main eventer.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the only thing that stopped him was the fact that he's built very scrawny in terms of like the rest of the wrestling business. One point I remember a lot of people used to bring up is he had really small arms. He had like barely compared to everyone else, barely any muscle on his arms.
Doesn't really matter though.
And,
As long as you can build the core.
no, but I think in terms of presentability, wrestling is still seen as like big burly men, right? And if you've just got this skinny hipster guy being one of your big main eventers, I I don't know, the mainstream audience won't really see him get over as much, I think. And I think
That is
that's what stopped him. Just like his look. His look worked. It was very unique. I remember he came out of WrestleMania with like a Doom themed jacket and stuff, and he looked sick as hell. But I think like his actual physical build is what stopped him because he
yeah.
just wasn't big enough for what the main event or what the mainstream media really sees in a wrestler. Because you think of like skinnier guys who made it to the top, like Bryan and I guess to an extent Rollins. They're still like muscular
Still
guys.
a bit built.
Like they're both a lot more muscular than Aleister Black. But Aleister Black strictly is a cruiserweight,
Yeah.
but like Bryan and Rollins are like light heavyweights, which is why like it's not like a huge leap in logic to say that they could hang with the bigger boys. Aleister Black he weighs less than Ricochet, and Ricochet is not a large man.
No.
Like Aleister Black is short and skinny, and I think that's what ultimately is what stopped him because it wasn't his in-ring wrestling, and it wasn't his like character work. It was just the way he looks, which I think it's a horrible indictment of mainstream wrestling. But ultimately, I think that's just the way it works.
Yeah. 100%. It's kind of interesting how he just got shafted really because he couldn't get over because he just like well not I wouldn't say weak, but he's just like not the typical look for a wrestler, which I think is something that I think that's an image that WWE wouldn't really want to have, but I guess
Yeah, no,
they're probably feeding
yeah.
it.
It's sort of the same with like if you use Ruby Riott as an example as well. I think Ruby Riott never really got over on the main roster for the women's division because she looked so different from everyone else. You know, Ruby Riott is this like she's covered in tattoos. This like goth chick, right? Compare her to a lot of the other women's wrestlers. They're all like blonde haired, you know, uh, be- conventionally beautiful women. And then you've got Ruby Riott, who is the complete opposite of that, and I think that's why she never got over. Same as why Alistair never got over, because he doesn't look the same as the rest of the conventionally like popular wrestlers.
That's just kind of that, that's like surprised me really because like say they did it for any other reasons, like say a wrestler was too fat or say a uh I don't know, like someone was too short, like they
Well,
pushed over
wait, I
like
was going to say
Hornswoggle.
Shawn Michaels in the wrestling industry, he's not like a short guy normally. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11", which isn't short, but in the wrestling business, he's short. And he still got over. Alistair Black's a similar height, but Shawn Michaels was also a
That's
lot
what
more
I'm saying
muscular.
though. Like imagine if they were like, oh Sean, you're too small, you're not getting over, get out, like not working in the business, like you'll never
Yeah,
make it.
but I think the
Like
reason
if they did it for
Shawn,
any other reason.
yeah, I think the reason Shawn,
Well, I guess it's not WWE, it's more of the media, but like still,
yeah,
for
yeah,
them to ignore it, it's a
yeah.
bit annoying.
Yeah, well, I think another reason why Sean managed to get over is because Sean is a very or was a very conventionally attractive man.
Well, he's a sexy boy.
Yeah, he's a sexy boy, and he's not your boy toy. So like, Alistair Black is very different looks wise from Shawn Michaels was.
Well, some people will
Yeah,
find
some
it
will,
attractive,
but
I'm sure.
it's if
Not
we're
not
honest,
the
it's not the majority like it would have been with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is a much more conventionally attractive man. Alistair Black
not the
is
timing.
Alistair Black is someone who I think you could probably say is probably going to be more of an acquired taste, if you know what I mean.
I mean, if you think like Shawn Michaels was around the same time as like Billy Ray Cyrus, so
Oh
they,
yeah,
they
yeah.
look they look a lot alike.
They do
Like they both
actually.
have
Yeah,
about
you're
the same
right.
hair.
Yeah.
They do. Like I can't be the only one who's ever thought of this. Like fucking Billy Ray Cyrus and Shawn Michaels. Get them in the same room. Well, not really anymore, but like they both have the long hair, the earrings, like
Yeah.
oh, look, you know. Anyway,
But yeah, so the last one,
let's go on a little bit.
the biggest one in both size and stature within the company. It was the one that, probably the biggest shock to everyone was
So surprising.
Braun Strowman.
Oh my god,
I
why?
I have no idea because think about this, right? How long ago was WrestleMania? About 2 months ago now. It would have been 2 months ago. He was at WrestleMania beating Shane McMahon in a cage match. At Backlash, which is probably only a month ago away or a month ago. He was in like one of the title matches. He was in a triple threat match with Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. He was in the world title picture a month ago, and he's been fired. Like, I don't get it. He's one of the
So
guys who makes the company a lot of money from merch because he's over with the crowd. He's over with the kids and stuff. So why would you fire a guy who's pretty much guaranteed to make you money in merch sales? I don't I don't understand.
it's such a shame. I mean, I just I can't say anything about it. It just gets me angry really because that's I guess that's the way it goes because I don't know, maybe it links back to the same thing we talked about Alistair Black. Maybe it's just not the WWE's image at the minute. Maybe they're just not
Well,
going for it.
you
But
know,
I
you,
guess
you,
their
you
image is
say
money.
something like that. Well, like you say something like that though. This time last year, he was Universal Champion. This time last year, he,
Yeah,
you know, he's constantly been like in the world title picture, or like at the very least, like the Intercontinental title picture for the last 2, 3 years. The guy is like he's really over, and he's had a really good run, and I'm just so shocked that he is one of the ones they chose to get rid of.
yeah.
Maybe maybe he was asking for a lot of money and a new contract or something. I don't know. You
That's
know.
probably the most likely thing.
Yeah, I think
But
the most likely thing with Braun, I guess, would be he's asking for a bigger money contract. WWE don't want to give it to him. Not that they can't afford it, because they absolutely can afford it. Um, but they don't want to give him one, and his contract's expiring anyway, so they just say, "I just fuck off then."
it's just weird.
Yeah, it. I don't get the Braun one, like unless it is that contract situation, like scenario I've just described. I cannot think of a single reason why you would get rid of one of the most over and unique wrestlers you've got on your roster. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Yeah.
guy, he, literally, this time last year, he was the top of, he was on the top of SmackDown. He was the biggest guy in SmackDown. He'd just beaten, was it Goldberg? Yeah, he'd just beaten Goldberg at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
then retained his title in a 2-on-1 handicap match at Backlash. And I think he'd just gone into a feud with Bray Wyatt, which I mean, we know how that one ended. But you know, the guy, the guy's over. I don't get it.
It's such a fucking stupid thing, but
Yeah,
gotta accept it.
yeah, no,
Maybe they'll
that's
get
true.
him back, but
Perhaps, yeah,
yeah.
maybe in a couple of years' time he'll
Maybe
probably
they'll do Drake
return.
Maverick. Maybe they'll do the backlash.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. I
Well,
don't
I'll probably
think
lose them.
Braun isn't one that I can see going to AEW. If I'm being completely
No, you
honest
wouldn't.
here, I could see Aleister Black. I could see
Yeah.
Murphy. I cannot for the life of me see Strowman going to AEW. He's not an AEW guy, you know. Especially since the guy was absolutely. I remember on Twitter he was slagging off the indie scene like no tomorrow, only like a year, 2 years ago, and I doubt he's going to end up going to AEW, where pretty much the entire roster is built up of indie guys,
Yeah.
because they're just going to fucking kick him out of the locker room. Like, literally, he'll have one friend there, and it'll be Russo.
Yeah. That's exactly.
But yeah,
But shame Rusev.
commiserations. Yeah, commiserations to all those released. Obviously, we hope the best
Yeah.
for you
Good luck.
in your future endeavours. Uh, but
We,
yeah,
we've been we've been talking about this for
a long
about half
time.
the episode now.
Yeah,
But
but it's
well,
there's a
half
lot
of
to.
the usual.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah.
a lot to talk about, especially with Braun and Black. But we'll move on to our second topic of the day. Who is the best celebrity wrestler of all time?
Now, are we talking about wrestlers who became celebrities?
No, I
Or
mean celebrities who came into wrestling. So someone like
oh, okay.
Stephen Amell when he wrestled with I think it was Neville, and
Oh, right.
who
Okay.
else is there?
Like Bad
There's
Bunny.
other. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, let's just start off by saying Bad Bunny. Uh, he's not the best, but he's up there. I guess we're making a list and we're going to pick. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Right. Let me get on Google then. Let's see. Just to jot my memory. Uh, to rest. I just know I'm not going to find what I'm looking for, but hang on. Here we go. Here we go.
Taking you a long time to find them, isn't it?
I know. Jay Leno had a tag match with Diamond Dallas Page.
WCW, he did. He was crap.
Oh my god. Right. Hang on. Let's go to Strictly W. Right.
Well, you don't have to do strictly WWE. You can, you can make a case for Jay Leno if you really want.
Well, I guess so. Floyd Mayweather. I guess.
Ooh, that's
He,
topical.
he's
It's
he's
topical as
relevant at the
well
moment. Yeah.
because as of recording this, it's Monday, the day before this episode goes out. He's just lost to Logan Paul in a boxing match.
I didn't really lose because there was no winner, but like,
Well, yeah,
I guess
it's an
technically he did.
exhibition match, so technically it doesn't count on his record. But he did lose the exhibition match to Logan Paul, which
Uh-huh.
mm, oh boy. Well, I mean, does that mean KSI is now the best boxer in the world? Because he beat Logan Paul, who beat Floyd Mayweather.
Well, I don't think it's that because I think that Logan Paul's been training a lot more since that fight
I
against
don't think he
KSI.
has, because like I was watching some of his training clips the other day. He looked worse than the original fight in them training clips. Like I didn't.
Well,
I will make an admission to everyone. I didn't watch the match last night because it was on really early,
was it
and
like 50 quid?
also it was very expensive, and I'm not paying for it,
Yeah.
and I can't even be asked to pirate it because, like I say, it's early in the morning. But yeah, I pretty much I just woke up, went on Twitter this morning. First thing I see is just Keemstar tweeting about like if your whatever thing is broken, guess what? Logan Paul's just beaten Floyd Mayweather. So, obviously Logan dubbed up. Um, but yeah, look, Logan, he's another one as well. He didn't really do any wrestling. He sort of came out, got stunned, left. It's a fine run for him, I suppose.
I've just been looking at the list. There's not a lot of celebrities who actually had matches, but out of all of them, from what I'm reading, I'm just gonna go with Ronda Rousey because yeah, she's the only one really.
Does Rousey count though? Because she did have a WWE contract when she did the match against Triple H and Steph. Because
I guess so, but
technically,
she was a celebrity beforehand.
yeah, no, that is true. But I mean, at the same time, technically, she was a WWE employed wrestler.
Well,
So it's
yeah,
like if we do
if
count if we do count Rousey, I agree with you. I think Rousey is definitely the best celebrity wrestler that the industry has seen in a very, very long time. If we
yeah,
don't, I would say, personally, I think Floyd Mayweather, because I remember it was at the Big
yeah,
Show he had a match with. I've watched that
yeah,
match fairly recently. Floyd isn't bad in that match. Like, obviously, I don't think he actually cares too much about wrestling. He's just sort of just doing it for a paycheck.
paycheck.
But he wasn't terrible at all. Like there's much worse celebrities. Cough cough. Cain Velasquez in Saudi Arabia. Cough cough. But yeah, I thought he was. I thought he definitely held his own. Obviously, this was Floyd. God, how many years ago would that have been now? Like 13 years ago. WrestleMania
Yeah,
28, 24. Sorry. This is Floyd when he's still in his. I think he's just gone into his 30s at this point. He's quite old now. He's an old man now. But back then, I think that was when he was at the peak of his powers. It would have been around like the Pacquiao fight. Yeah, I think if we go off of, if we count Rousey, I say Rousey. If we don't count
uh,
Rousey, I say Floyd. You could make an argument for Lawrence Taylor at WrestleMania 11 as well, and I do think that match is pretty good for what it
I,
is.
I'm gonna say just in case people like in the comments get salty about me counting Ronda Rousey. My second pick is also Mr. T, who you can't complain about.
Oh,
So
WrestleMania 1 and 2, would that have been?
I think it was free, wasn't it?
No,
No.
three. I think three they didn't have celebrities. I think that was the first one where they didn't really have any like big celebrity
This
guests. Because
one.
the first one they had like they had pretty much everyone there. Like they had Cyndi Lauper, they had Mr. T, they had they had everybody. And then at the second
Uh,
one, they still had quite a lot of people. WrestleMania 2 is a bad show, by the way. Like
oh yeah, it's WrestleMania 2. My
yeah,
bad.
WrestleMania 2 is a bad show. Like, don't get me wrong, it's bad. WrestleMania 1 is okay. WrestleMania 3 is okay. It's sort of saved by the Macho Man versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, but yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say Mr. T is not an awful shout. I don't really think he did a lot in his matches, and I remember one of his matches was technically a boxing. It's a
I
staged
know, but
boxing fight.
if we talk about like celebrities who did a lot for a company, like
Oh yeah,
I mean,
well
yeah,
if we're talking about like celebrities that have done a lot for the company and for the industry, Mr. T like wins like hands down.
yeah, because like I mean, probably like Stephen Amell probably had a better fight
Oh yeah, I was gonna
than
say
Mr. T.
Stephen Amell wasn't. Yeah, Stephen Amell wasn't bad, you know. I thought Stephen
He
Amell was
wasn't
quite
bad.
cool. No,
It was one of my favorite matches of the year.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
Oh
but
my
I
god.
was a big Neville fan, but
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't I don't know why. I was into the flippy shit then. Now I'm not.
I mean, I
You
don't
know,
really mind it. Wow,
it's
that is
yeah.
ridiculous. Sorry, I'm just looking at just seeing the stats for Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. This is really interesting. This is
How well did
uh
he do?
Logan Paul hit 13% of the punches he threw. 13%. But well, the thing is, Logan won though.
How bad did Floyd do?
Well, Floyd hit
Or
40%
did
of
he just not?
his. Floyd hit
Did
forty
he
percent
just
of
not
his, but
get opportunities to throw him?
well, Floyd only went for 107. Paul went for 217.
Jesus Christ,
So Logan
He's literally
absolutely,
going in swinging.
yeah, Logan
Wow.
absolutely dominated him all match. But Logan also only got 13% of his punches off, and Floyd got 40%. So
You could tell that he was more confident going. Well, maybe he wasn't as confident. Maybe that's why he was like, I'm going to go in. Not
yeah,
sure.
maybe.
He was just like,
I
right, I know if he punches me once, I'm going down.
yeah, I don't I
I'm going down.
I am in shock that he managed to not get knocked out
Insane.
through the
I'll tell
entire
you
fight.
what,
I
mad
don't get
respect
it.
to Logan Paul. Say what you want about the lad, but god damn,
Yeah, oh yeah, it takes a lot of
he's
balls
delivered
to
in the past few years.
yeah, absolutely. It takes a lot of balls to get to go into the ring with Floyd Mayweather and then still manage to come out
And people still
standing.
respect you.
Yeah, and like even if I think some people would. I think technically because there isn't like a winner because they didn't really have judges. They just
Yeah.
fought to. I think they just fought to a round draw. I think I would say morally, Logan wins, even though I guess he would have won on points anyway.
Yeah.
Because you know you're going into the ring with Floyd Mayweather. The man is 50-0. He beat Conor McGregor in a fight. And this is Logan Paul, who is a YouTuber who has had one professional boxing fight before this against another YouTuber. He's gone in there and he's survived 8 rounds with one of, if not the best boxer on the planet.
Incredible.
Well, I mean, a couple
Huge
of years ago
respect.
he would have been the best. It's genuinely, you have to give him respect. Now Jake, on the other hand, I don't know who
Look at
Jake is fighting next, but I'm pretty
It's,
sure.
oh,
Who was it? I
he's
know
not
he
prize
called
for.
Tommy Fury. He would probably get leathered by Tommy Fury because I've seen Tommy Fury box before. Tommy Fury's a very good boxer, despite the fact he was on Love Island. Um, who was the other one? I think Jake was. I remember he was trying to call out Conor McGregor for a boxing fight. That's never happening.
We've all seen
Um,
that.
yeah, we just.
What don't
Jesus,
you Irish?
fucking. I hate. I don't. Right, listen, right. I think I probably said this around. Probably in the WrestleMania podcast, even. But I don't mind Logan now.
Oh, I don't.
But I
You did
fucking
say this.
hate
Like,
Jake. I fucking hate Jake. I fucking
Logan's
hate him.
grown up. He's no longer
Yeah, you know,
making phone calls to pizza
this
places.
is. You know, it
Uh,
says a lot, right? When the guy
Screwed him,
who
yeah.
filmed a dead body to put on
It's
YouTube
better. It's better.
is more respected in his industry than his little brother.
Well, to
Like,
be fair,
it's
Jake Paul is probably
ridiculous.
10 times worse because he was like a pretty shitty neighbor.
I don't really think that's worse than going to Japan and filming a dead body to put on your
Well,
YouTube
yeah, of
channel,
course,
isn't
it's
it?
not worse.
I
I mean,
think, I don't know. Jake is just so much more arrogant than Logan.
well, of course he is. Like,
Yeah,
I think the little brothers always are.
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that's
I
true.
certainly am.
Well, I think a big point that sort of plays into the arrogance is the fact that Jake has proven that he is statistically a better boxer than Logan, maybe,
Yeah.
despite the fact that, Logan managed to just go 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather.
I mean,
So,
just think he's doing everything Logan did, but just after. So it's
yeah,
just
yeah, a
like
little bit, yeah. Well,
he's
like
always in the
Jake,
shadow.
Jake only really got into the boxing scene because Logan was in it, and I think
I mean,
Deji just got dragged into it
yeah,
because Jake
let's put
wanted
it
a
like that.
fight, and it only really made sense to do little brother versus little brother, big brother versus big brother. And to be fair, Deji's got a fight coming up soon. If Deji fights well, maybe we'll see a Jake versus Deji rematch. Chances are Deji will just get leathered even harder than he did before.
I don't think
But
Deji would want to do that, honestly.
I don't know. I do feel like he actually wants to get back into boxing. Like from what he said, this is a fight. This fight he's got now is sort of to get him back into it because I believe I can't remember who it was. I know Anison Gibb wants a fight with Deji if Deji wins his and Gibb wins his, and I know Gibb wants a rematch with Jake as well. I think it's more likely Gibb gets the match with Deji than Gibb gets the match with Jake, because Jake,
Yeah.
in terms of like boxing ability, I think Jake has probably gone clear from Gibb. Gibb, as much as I like Gibb, because I think he's a perfectly likable guy. I think he's also a little bit. Um, I think he's a little bit too optimistic about his boxing skill because he's a good
Okay.
boxer. He's a good boxer, but I just think him saying, "Oh yeah, you give me a rematch with Jake, and it will be different from last time." It probably will be different from last time because he'll actually be able to knock you out rather than you just fucking crouching to the floor 3 times within the space of 2 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it's exciting to see where it goes, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Like, thing is, I don't even
lots
really
of
care
talk
that
about
much about YouTube boxing anymore.
No, I
But
remember even I was into it, and I'm not even
oh yeah, I was gonna say
that
like
really. But
back in God, when was it? It was like 2019?
2018,
2018,
19.
2019? I
No, it won't be
like
2019. That was when we were doing our GCSE. Wouldn't
yeah.
have been there.
Oh,
No, well, I remember the
it might have been
Joe
like the
Weller
end
versus
of.
KSI. That was
I
like
remember. I remember Weller versus
that was like
KSI was
2018.
2016. No, wait, it was when.
No, it was. I think it
Oh
was
God,
2018. So I remember I
it
was
was
playing Art
when
Aberration.
JJ. Because I remember
Uh-huh.
JJ disappeared for like 6 months,
Hang
and he
on,
came back at the
let's
end of 2016. So that would have been 2017, probably. Hang on. Let's just. I'll just Google it
No, it
now.
was 2018. February 2018.
KSI versus Weller. Yeah, 4th of February 2018, yeah. So when was Logan versus KSI?
It wasn't it later that year in like in the it wasn't in the summer because I
Yes,
remember
yeah.
like
So the first fight was August 2018.
oh okay so
The second fight was November 2019. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. To be fair, I actually thought the second fight was better than the first one. I thought the first fight was really anticlimactic finish to an actually
yeah.
good card. I
Everything I
think.
remember from the first one was wasn't it scarce? The
Yeah,
count was
yeah.
way
Scarce
too long.
fought. Who was it? Was it Faye Sensei?
No,
No, no, it
wasn't
was Raka Raka, wasn't it? Raka Raka.
yeah yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like
I was
the
gonna say
first.
Alex Wasabi. That's not right.
Oh God, no, no. I think. Well, to be fair, I think Alex Wasabi might have fought on the
I
Weller,
remember him
the
fighting.
KSI Weller undercard. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I remember though, genuinely, the amount of like hype there was for the first um, Logan versus KSI fight. Because obviously, what 2018, we would have been in year 10.
yeah.
Yeah, so we would have been in year 10 going into year 11. Genuinely, the amount of hype like around that time for
That's
that
all
fight
anyone
was it
thought.
was ridiculous. Like, bro, everybody was watching that fight because 2018. I think that was when KSI was sort of like. Well, it wasn't when he was at the peak of his powers. I would say KSI at the peak of his powers was like 2015, 2016, when he would get like 10 million views on a 5-minute video. Like he would bang views daily because he would just
Yeah,
upload like FIFA pack openings. Like that, I'd say that was like prime KSI in terms of like how popular he was. But there was so much attention behind that first fight, and then I feel like the second fight there was just a lot less because they tried to make it a serious boxing event. And
yeah,
I think that's where people lost interest was they made it serious. And what people wanted was they wanted YouTube boxing, which is what they got in the first card and the KSI Weller card. Because the first Paul versus KSI card, you had Deji versus Jake, you had Jay Swingler versus Gibb, you had Scarce versus Raka Raka, you had Face Sensei on the card, you had JMX on the card. Like you had a lot of pretty big YouTubers on the card. The second card, your only YouTube fight is Logan versus KSI. So like I mean, that obviously people were interested in the Logan KSI fight, right? That's the only reason people were buying, because there's nobody on the undercard I knew. I didn't buy the second one. I will admit it here and now, in case DAZN is listening. Um, this may or may not be true. I cannot confirm nor deny. I may have or may not have pirated the second one because I didn't want to pay it. May or may not. Yeah,
I mean, the Joe Weller
perhaps.
vs KSI was free. I
Yeah,
think
that was
that
free on YouTube. The second one, it was a pay-per-view on YouTube, which I did
yeah,
pay for.
read.
Because it was actually fairly cheap, I believe. I think it was like only a tenner. So I was like, you know what?
It's not bad then.
There was loads of fights I was interested in seeing. A tenner for that. Yeah, sure, why not? So I actually paid for the first Logan KSI fight, and it was a
Well
good
done.
card. Yeah,
Bare
I'm a good
minimum.
man.
I
I'm bet
pirated the second one.
I am a better man than H3H3. You fucking rat. Yeah, fucking H3H3. You got a shit podcast, mate. Our podcast's better.
Well, to be fair, he does have Trisha Paytas.
Yeah, that's why
We
it's
get
worse,
Trisha Paytas.
mate. We're gonna get Ryback on.
A conversation with Trisha Paytas about wrestling.
No, we're gonna get Ryback on. What?
Well, I guess
I guess I
What?
think Reset is the rock. That's my
Yeah,
truth statement.
genuinely. It's not that far off, to be fair. It
To be
does.
fair,
It
I've
does.
only
It does
wrestled
sound
on
similar.
Broadway. She might like them.
God. I'd just be sitting there, just like head in my hands, just like, oh god.
To be fair, I do like the Frenemies podcast. It is pretty interesting
I
at times.
I haven't watched it
I
because
like seeing it. I wouldn't listen to the full thing, so it'll probably give me a fucking
give you heart
mental
disease.
retardation if I don't already have it.
Yeah.
Um, that's
Well, it sounds a little petty, but it's it's whatever. I sort of refuse to listen to H3H3 because I just hate him. There's a lot of people like that.
I've lost a lot of respect for him ever since
I
he
there was the
accused Keemstar of being the reason
since the
for
Keemstar stuff.
Etika's death. You know,
Yeah, since he tried to make that kind of claim, I've all I didn't have like a huge amount of respect for him anyway because at this point, like, this was when he was like, this was after he'd been done for, like, saying the N word a load on one of his older podcast
yeah.
episodes. Like, I'd already lost like a fair bit of respect for him. As soon as he said that shit about Keemstar being the cause for Etika's death, out the window. Like, I refuse to
Yeah.
watch him anymore because
I
I
never
will
even
not.
found him funny. I
No,
like his
like,
humor.
I didn't think he was like that funny. Like, I think some of his older stuff was okay. Like, it was like the spoon one. That was one of his earliest ones. The one with the guy with like the spoon. He's testing the food. He did
Don't
one
remember
on
that.
that. It was a long time ago. That, so ones like that are fine. But
I
ever
remember
since the
seeing
Etika
the
thing,
King Cringe video, and I thought this is just even more cringy.
I fucking hate him, man. The guy's like in his 30s and he's still doing shit like this. Like, I mean, yeah,
Forty.
Keemstar's nearly 40, but like, Keemstar's not claiming that a YouTuber making like fucking drama videos caused another person to kill themselves, is he? Let's be real.
Especially when Etika was a fan of
Yeah,
Keemstar.
Etika admitted himself on stream he was a fan of Keemstar, and it was one of his life goals to be on Drama Alert. In his suicide note video, he wishes Keemstar the best.
Yeah,
And if Keemstar had really driven him to the point of wanting to kill himself, I highly doubt he would have done that in that
so just like
circumstance, would he?
fuck you.
Yeah, he probably would have, Yeah, obviously Etika, we used to watch Etika a lot back in the day. Etika, he didn't harbour like hatred to many people, and I doubt he would have to Keemstar. I feel like he would have been forgiving of him, but I don't think he would have still like wished him well on his future endeavours. Sound like a WWE fucking release post, but just fucking H3H3, man, you fucking scumbag. Fucking hate you. I just refuse to watch anything with him in. And it's a good
I
thing
don't blame
he doesn't collab with anyone anymore. You know,
you. No one
the
wants to
H
collab with it.
the H3 podcast has fallen off massively. The only person who'll collab with
That's
him,
why he's with Trisha Paytas
yeah,
because
exactly.
they're both looked down upon by the YouTube community.
Yeah, like, he's fallen off so much that only Trisha Paytas, who I think it's safe to say has a few screws loose, is the only person who wants to
Uh,
collab with him. Because his stock in the internet, like, like the internet scene, has dropped dramatically in the last couple of years. You know, Keemstar has more respect than him, and Keemstar is a nearly 40-year-old man. He's a 40-year-old man commenting on drama news for 16-year-old TikTokers, and he
I
has
mean,
more
I
respect.
respect like Nicky Cardo Avocado.
Well, I mean, I don't really respect Nikocado Avocado. I'd rather watch one of his videos than H3. And
Yeah,
all
fact.
he does is he sits there and he makes silly noises and then eats.
Christ.
Like, he just sits there and goes, Mr. Bust? And then he fucking scrans some chips or something. Like,
It's
I mean, to be
better
fair,
than what fucking H3H3 does.
yeah, it's better than H3H3. It's
You know,
more
that's
interesting.
literally their podcast. I've seen clips of just Trisha eating.
Oh yeah, no, they just sit there and just fucking stuff the face of the fat pigs.
Right,
But anyway, we've
well,
gone
to
on
be
a
fair, sometimes I do eat during the podcast, to be fair, but
yeah.
still.
Well,
I only mute my mic.
as long as you're not doing like a fucking mukbang, then it's fine.
I'm not eating today, though. I didn't even get a cup of tea today.
Oh bloody hell!
So I know.
Eager, very eager.
I was here before Jack, by the way, guys.
He was. He was.
I was here before.
To be
Never
fair,
happened.
I think I only woke up about half an hour before we actually did the podcast. Probably like 40 minutes before. So like,
To be fair.
I woke up. I had to take my retainers out because I have to wear retainers when I sleep because I only had my braces off
I'll
like a
get
year
mine
ago. Yeah, eventually you'll get there. But
when I
I
get
had to
proper.
have to wear retainers when I sleep. So I had to take my retainers out. Then I went downstairs. I had my breakfast, and pretty much as soon as I had my breakfast, I came straight up and we started recording.
Can I
But
just say
yeah,
we've
we've
been
gone
going
on
for
a
an hour already on topic
yeah,
two.
yeah. So we'll just. I think we've settled.
Should we cut the topic or?
Yeah, we'll just then and there. Well, we've already said who our favorite celebrity wrestler of all time is. We've just gone on a massive, massive
Huge tangent.
tangent
This is
about like
what the
YouTube
podcast should
boxing
just
and
be.
stuff.
Just us talking.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
this is great.
So
I'm loving it.
we'll skip on to our third topic of the day. Who are the best European wrestlers right now, in your opinion?
I don't know any man. um,
Cesaro,
yes, probably
Miro,
Cesaro.
Alistair
I
Black.
want Cesaro to do well.
I do as well, to be fair.
Like we say it every week. This is gonna be a Hall of Fame entry for this week, by the way.
Yeah,
But I want
Cesaro must win.
Cesaro. Just push him at WWE. Like, come on.
It's all they
Oh,
have to
can I
do.
just say
Just
it?
give him a
I don't know
title.
why, but this just came to my head. I was gonna get a cameo. The celebrity cameo,
Yes.
and I was gonna make you put it at the start of the podcast, but I've not got one yet. But if I do, you'll know. And I was gonna get one of Cesaro, but it's like 200 quid. That's why it came to my head.
Two fucking hell, 200.
A lot
Jesus
of them
Christ.
are. Santino Morello was like 26. Well, it was $26, so it'll be out £20. But yeah,
You
so next week
should have
you'll
got
be seeing
Santino.
Santino
Santino's
Morello.
easy.
It'll be like,
Yeah.
listen to the web
Oh,
podcast.
you need to get. Oh, you know who you need to get? The big guy.
Roman Reigns?
No, the big
No, that's the big
guy.
dog.
Ryback.
Oh, right. Oh, does he do him?
I
Hang
think
on,
he
hang on.
does. Yeah, I believe Ryback does cameo.
Right, let's see his prices. You keep talking about. You give your
Yeah,
opinion on
European
them.
wrestlers. I would say for my money, it's got to be Cesaro. Um, I guess you can make a claim for Will Ospreay or Zack Sabre Jr. maybe because they are European because they're from England. Drew
Okay, that's
McIntyre's
not
another one
bad.
as well. How
That's
much?
not bad. £75.
mm,
It's not bad. Given
mm.
that other prices are like 100 quid,
Yeah, no, I suppose.
it's not actually that bad. But I guess it'll be like, "What up, guys? It's the Web Podcast. Feed
Yeah,
me
yeah.
more." That's all it'll be. I mean, I could do that. I'll
You
tell you what
could
we'll
do it.
do. I'll tell you, we'll download one of his cameos, right? And I'll dub over.
You just dumb over, just go. It's me, Ryback.
Just do the worst impression. It's me, guys. It's right back. The big guy. Feed me more. That's what. I'll tell you what.
I know who you
Each
could
week,
get.
this is a new segment. Each week, I'll make my own cameos of wrestlers,
I know who you
and
could
I'll dub
get.
over.
I know who you could get.
Who?
They're not a wrestler, but I think it would be quite funny.
Is it gonna be Big Ed?
Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes. How much is he? Hang on.
I think he's
Can't be
like
that much.
$50, something like that.
Oh, you can get Gilbert.
Oh yeah. Wait, hang on. Do they have
Oh my God,
Oh, what's his name?
£131 for Gilbert Gottfried.
Fuck. Fuck off. 130
Just
watts.
go.
Jeez.
I'm Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, he just goes, I'm Gilbert Gottfried. Listen to the Web podcast. I'm
I like how
shitting.
he just says Parrot in Disney's Aladdin. Was his name actually Parrot,
He had a
or
name.
did he have a name?
It was like
I think it was Zazu, but that's
Pazuzu.
Lion King.
Pazuzu. It's not Pazuzu. What's Pazuzu from? Fucking hell.
Hang on.
Anyway, yeah, European wrestlers. I
Largo.
would, I would say Drew is a shout. Cesaro's probably one of the easiest ones to say. Miro is fine. Um, I'm struggling for anyone else. Mason Ryan. There you go. Don't know if he still wrestles.
Oh shit! Sorry.
You're just hearing the podcast,
I
just
go.
Gilbert Gottfried going, "Hi." Oh no! You can tell this is a high production, high
Sorry, everyone.
quality production podcast here.
Pretend you dubbed that in. 'Cause
Yeah,
we'll cut all this bit out.
yeah.
Oh, what nice editing, Jack. Well done.
Whoa,
High
wow.
five.
Uh, smack. That's the noise of a high five.
Kablam.
That's the noise of the high five. Yeah. So the reason we did a little topic on who are the best European wrestlers right now is because it leads right into our next segment, the Euros. Wow. Wow. Because the Euros start on Friday, and I thought it would be nice if we do a little prediction. Unfortunately, um, Joe,
Jack, you've known me for years, man.
yeah, Joe,
Come
Joe,
on.
Joe has
You
like
really think?
minimal football knowledge.
I'm saying
So,
Sweden. I always go Sweden. Sweden's winning.
let's have a look at Sweden's group, shall we? Let's see if they even get out of the group.
They probably won't.
Um,
I did see a bit of Mark Goldbridge prediction.
there you go. There you go. He's got the Goldbridge
I didn't
predictions.
watch
It's
it all, but I
fine.
saw it on my TikTok.
Sweden. Sweden could get out of their group. They're in a group with Poland, Spain, and Slovakia. Yeah, it
The
could
only
happen.
real threat there is like Spain.
You say that. Poland do have a decent team. We'll just go through the groups and we'll just say who we think's going to leave. So, Group A, we have Turkey, Italy, Switzerland, and the mighty Wales. Yeah, Wales are going to finish bottom because
Yeah.
we're shit. We're shit. Probably
Wait, so
Italy and
what was the group again? Sorry.
Turkey, Switzerland, Italy, and Wales.
I'm
So
saying Switzerland got it. Happy.
I will say Italy and Turkey go through. Switzerland and Wales finish third and fourth in that
I'll do
order.
two of them go.
Yeah, so two teams go through from each group.
Okay, so I'm
Uh,
saying Switzerland and Italy.
okay, I would say
I mean Italy got Eurovision, but we'll give this to
yes. I would say personally, Italy and Turkey, and then Switzerland finished third, and then Wales finished fucking dead last because we're shit. Um,
Okay,
group
what about
Group B, Group B, Russia, Belgium, Denmark, and Finland. Ooh. I would say
I'm gonna say
Belgium. I'd say Belgium and Denmark for me. I think
I was gonna
Russia.
go Denmark and I don't know, just Denmark.
No other team gets to go through. They just
They
cancel the
get through
second.
twice.
Yeah, Denmark's first
It's like the
and
golden
second team go
buzzer.
through.
It's like the golden buzzer in Britain Got Talent. They just fucking skip
Yeah,
the
skip the
bit.
group stage, just go straight through. Yeah, but yeah, I'd say Belgium and Denmark. Russia finished third, and Finland. It is their first major tournament, and I think it's probably going to be the last one for a while, and they're going to
You can do
finish
it. You got
last.
it, guys.
Group
Do believe.
C. Group C, we have
Austria, the Netherlands, Ukraine, and North Macedonia. Now, one thing that's
I'm
important to
saying,
note here is England did beat Austria the other week. So you know what that means? It's coming home.
oh man,
Yeah, I would say probably Austria and the Netherlands go through because
yeah, I
I
agree.
don't see North Macedonia or Ukraine going through. I'll tell you what.
I
Uh,
mean, my knowledge of civilization, North Macedonia
yeah.
never win.
Your Civ 6 knowledge is coming in
Who,
clutch.
who, who is it in the game? Is it Alexander the Great, North Macedonia?
Yes, I believe that would be it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Group D, we've got the Czech Republic, Croatia, Scotland, and England.
England
England.
and Croatia.
England, England,
That's my
England.
guess.
Yeah. Well, I would probably say England and Croatia. I think the Czech Republic maybe could squeeze in there instead of Croatia, but I highly doubt it. I'm looking forward to the
Scotland.
England Croatia game and the England Scotland game. Don't really care for the England Czech Republic game, to be honest with you.
Me and the
But
boys hate
yeah, fucking
not really.
Scotland, man. The Scots,
Can't wait
more
for
like
Call of Duty video
the
next.
the shits. Got them. Group E, one I've already listed. Sweden, Poland, Spain, Slovakia. I would say Spain have finished top, and then it's either
Yeah, I'd
Sweden or
say Spain
Poland
and
go
Sweden.
through. It's either Poland or Spain that go through. Slovakia are going to finish bottom of that one. Then what have
Not
we
many
got?
more groups are there.
Yeah, we've got the last group:
Here we go.
Germany, France, Portugal, or Hungary.
Oh, that's
This is a
tricky.
rough one. This is a
Actually,
really rough one. I would say
yeah.
France finished top because I think even you would know this. France are by a big distance the best national team on the planet. I mean, they won the World Cup, so I would assume they get out of the group.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll give it.
I don't know who'd finish second though, because fun fact, right? Whoever finishes second in this group, England have to play if we win our group.
Right.
So if France finish first, chances are we have to play either Germany or Portugal, and we don't have good history against either of those teams. Because the last time we played Portugal, I believe, was Euro 2004, where we lost because Rooney got sent off or something.
God's
And
sake.
the last time we played Germany, I think even you might remember this one, World Cup 2010 in South Africa.
I think I was probably watching it at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, this was when we lost 4-1 to the Germans in South Africa,
Well done,
and
guys.
it should have been 4-2 because a goal was ruled off for no real reason. It wasn't offside or anything. It just got ruled off for some reason.
Fucking bullshit.
It was bullshit, bro. Fucking
Well,
11 years later, I still hold a grudge against that fucking ref.
what's
But
his name?
anyway,
Give me
I don't know. Fucking Mike
Barry.
Dean. I mean, Mark
Barry.
Clattenburg.
Barry.
I'm
Barry
just thinking of the refs I know. Mark Clattenburg, Mike Dean, Barry
These,
Scott,
these.
Deanne. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, he's having good
Ooh,
prediction.
I think Portugal finished second in that group
I
because
was gonna say Portugal.
Germany are a very good team. Just they've got a really bad manager, sort of like England. Like I want to say this England squad is the England squad now is a lot stronger than the one we had at the World Cup, and we made it to the semi-finals of the World Cup. But
We always get to the finals no matter what. I don't like even fucking
mm,
Eurovision. To be fair, we are a sponsor. So.
yeah. Well, it's
I'm
like
so sick.
you say we always qualify. I believe it was Euro 2012. We didn't qualify. Like we didn't even
Yeah, who
qualify
cares?
because we were shit. But
It was the Olympics 2012. That's where we were going.
oh, we didn't even win the Olympics. I think we came like,
Oh.
I think we got knocked out in the quarterfinals to South Korea. But anyway,
Brilliant.
yeah. So I think the team that will win. Unfortunately, I don't think it's England. I'm just going to go with the most obvious answer. I'm just going to say France. I think France win.
I'm
Because
gonna go. It's a long shot. I'm gonna go with Wales.
no. Listen, right. I've been watching the Welsh games recently. I watched it because we played one the other day, right?
Can I just say I don't genuinely think they'll win.
Yeah. But like, I
I
do want to
know.
quickly say something, right? I was watching one of the Welsh games the other day. I think we were playing Albania in a friendly game. So it's some tough competition. Albania. And the only way to get the Welsh national team's games for free, without having to pay for Sky Sports or BT Sports or any of that malarkey,
Have you fucking
at the
pirated
minute.
again?
No.
Okay,
The
right.
only
I
way
thought
to
I saw
get
the
them,
story
the only
going.
way to get them is through S4C, which is
I was like, Sonic.
I believe it's the only Welsh-speaking television channel on British television. It might not be the only one, but it's the biggest one by like a big distance. And they have the rights to like all the fucking Welsh speaking sports stuff. So I was watching it on S4C. And I'm just trying to watch some footballers just play a bit of ball, I'm just trying to watch them play football. And because the commentary is all in Welsh, all I fucking hear is they're just like fucking Diolch am i'r Celsig, I just hear fucking Bore through my fucking headset, and I'm just like, gee, fuck it, fuck off. I just hit. Well, I will. Oh
I
my
mean,
god, what?
you've been learning Welsh, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. So I understand like
So
a
how far have
little
you
bit of
got?
what they say. Well, I can say thank you, which is a diolch. I can say bore da, good morning. Nos da, good night. Prynhawn da, good afternoon. That is. Um, I know what T-shirt is in Welsh as well. Chris T.
I mean, it's kind of cool learning something.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Duolingo, despite the fact everyone fucking goes like, "Oh, Duolingo, I fucking love Duolingo." Like, all I've learnt from Duolingo is literally how to say thank you and good
Guess you have to
morning, good
complete Beamer
afternoon.
Prime.
No. Duolingo, you can do like a quiz thing, so you have to learn them as you're doing the quiz, and they give you the most random shit. Like they do like the basics, and then they move on to random shit like learning articles of clothing and learning foods before they teach you how to count. Like I don't get it. I don't need to know what the Welsh for sausage is before I can count to 10 in Welsh. You know?
Well, count how
And
many sausages.
oh yeah,
Yes,
you go un Celsig, dau Celsig, tri Celsig.
Sounds like you
Un dau,
found someone
un dau,
called
tri,
Celtic.
pedwar, pemp. Um, I can count to 5, and I remember 10 is dig. Um, well, 11. You see, the structure of Welsh is really weird because they don't actually have like 11. They don't have a 20. They don't have a 30 or anything because obviously French does. Welsh, the way you say 11, because you say 10 is dig, 11 is un dig un because it's one multiple of 10 add a 1. So 12 is un dig die because it's one multiple of 10 and then 2. Like, it's the most fucking. Rather than just being one word, you have to say 3 words to say one number. It's ridiculous. As much as I love the Welsh language and how stupid it is, it's stupid, and I don't like it sometimes.
Sounds.
It's silly, and it's also completely useless because every single time I've been to Wales, unless you go to a very, very specific part of it, only about 30% of them will be able to count to 10 in Welsh. Because, like, they teach, to be fair, they actually teach Welsh, like, it's mandatory to learn Welsh up until year 9, I believe, sort of like how it's mandatory for us to learn French up until year 9.
Okay.
So they make them learn Welsh, and they can do an A level in Welsh as well. But the thing is, learning French is a lot more useful than learning Welsh, because you can actually use French abroad. Welsh, you can use in Swansea, or Abertawe, if you want to be serious. You can use it in Aberystwyth, or you can use it in the very, very small percentage of Argentina that speaks Welsh. That's it. It's so strange. Welsh is such a stupid language, and I love it. But I can't be asked to learn it properly. It's so stupid. No, genuinely, it's like they do just lift like English words for like half of it because obviously Welsh it's an old Celtic language.
Yeah.
You just half of the words they're just English words. You just like speaking in Welsh. You're just like dwi dim yn hoffi eggs.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Like genuinely, that's how Welsh works. It's like dwi dim yn hoffi train because they didn't have these words.
Oh, that's knocked me for 6 stars. Oof. It's the eggs. It's just the
Well, to be fair,
seriousness.
there is actually Welsh for eggs. That was a bad example.
What is it? What is?
Oh God, I can't remember. I can't remember, bro. Oh God, I've got a Welsh handbook somewhere as well. That's the worst part. So I should know this.
You should read through that next.
I should.
Alright, but
Eggs is wiaw.
Wow.
Spelt W-Y-A-U. I got more vowels than they do fucking people who speak it. Probably will be. But yeah, so there's our Euro predictions. I think France are going to win it. Joe thinks either Wales or Sweden are going to win it. Yeah, there you go.
I'll make serious
serious ball knowledge here.
I'll say Croatia will win it.
I don't know.
Well, when does it finish? Is it like July?
The Euros. Well, it starts on the 11th. I believe the final is. Let's have a look.
I
want to say it's
July.
No, I think the final's been held at Wembley as well. The final will be, if I can find it. Yeah, it will be in July because final is the 11th.
Long enough to be August.
Yeah, final is the 11th of July.
Oh, so it's literally a month. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a month and a bit away. So yeah, group stages start on Friday with, I want to say it's Italy versus Turkey is the first game. And yeah.
It ends on a Sunday, so we can literally talk about it on the Tuesday. So that's good then.
Yeah, there you go. When England beat the mighty French 7-0 in the final, Marcus Rashford scores a hat-trick. Phil Foden gets his leg broken by Presnel Kimpembe. What else? Trying to think of other scenarios. Fucking Connor Cody, the Wolves captain, my captain. He scores a header. There you go. To win the game.
Anyway,
but yeah. We'll move on to the what's this section called again? Sus. We'll move on to the sus.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, okay.
So we technically only have 2 topics today because obviously we have well, it's not a quiz this week, but so yeah, we'll start off. I did this because Jack has been very excited about a certain game this week, and I love this game ever since it first came out, but I don't like every aspect of it. But
Yeah, we'll talk about
we'll
it.
talk about that. So I now we're gonna try and avoid spoilers, even though I know you said you don't care, but some people out there might care.
Yeah.
So well, to be fair, we've spoiled a lot of things in the past. So yeah,
Yeah, that's true. If you're really
so
worried about spoilers,
fuck off.
yeah, who cares? Just skip ahead. If you hear us talking
Uh,
about spoilers, just skip ahead some more, you know?
it's actually a
It's,
thing. I was thinking, should we go through and put timestamps in the description? But no
yeah,
one
it's
has
too
the
much
time.
effort. Too much effort. Well, I'm a
Uh,
busy man. I'm a busy man. But yes, yeah. What is the topic, Joe? Well, guess what? I know what the topic is, and you know what the topic is, but the audience don't know what the topic is. Yeah, the topic is Dragon Quest Builders 2.
sorry, I know we were speaking earlier about bringing food in. I've got a cottage pie that my sister just
Cottage
wonderfully
pie,
bought me.
bloody hell.
So,
Bloody hell.
but yeah, so
You know,
the topic
cottage pie while
today
you're
is
doing a
Dragon Quest
podcast.
Builders. I know, so unprofessional. But yeah, I'll talk for a bit while it cools. So so it came out a few years back. I
2018,
played
I
it on
believe.
2018. Yeah, I played it on the Switch. Um, as I did with most games back then, because I don't want to buy it on PlayStation because I was getting rid of my PlayStation at the time. And I enjoyed it. I pretty much finished it over the space of a weekend. Um, as I did with
Only
most
over the
games that
space
I
of
play on
one
Switch.
weekend? Fucking hell.
Well, yeah, because when I go to my dad's, all I do is just play on my Switch,
Oh, okay, fair enough.
like, and I'll probably like start watch TV or something on my phone, and that's literally all I do for an entire weekend. So yeah, but yeah, so basically, I enjoyed the game when it first came out. The only thing I didn't like is the non-story bits because they were very boring. Like with Minecraft, you have like objectives to do, like you can either enchant next or go do a boss or something. But when you're in a thing like, unless you want to like go find a bit of grass or something from a
Yeah.
different world, there's not really much you can do. It's
Yeah, I
obviously very
think.
creative.
Yeah. So I
Whereas,
can give a slightly different perspective on the game here. I haven't finished
yeah,
the game yet. Not giving any spoilers away, but I've finished up until the second island. So I've just finished the second island. There's multiple islands there, obviously. I've just finished the second island. And I've enjoyed a lot of my gameplay so far. I will say, graphically, the game. I'm playing on an Xbox Series X, so obviously I'm playing on much better hardware than Joe. Obviously, he's playing on his Switch, which if you're playing it in handheld, it's like 720p. I think docked, it's only 900p. You know,
I
I'm
mean,
playing it on.
it held up.
Yeah,
It
well,
looked
like you
alright.
know, I'm playing it on a Series X, so I'm getting like, you know, fucking 60 FPS, 4K, you know, all this fucking malarkey. Graphically, I think it looks okay. I will say maybe it's because I'm on like, you know, fucking souped up souped up hardware, sorry. Because if you didn't know, the Xbox Series X is more powerful than the PS5. Just a little thing to note there.
It is true. It is true.
Yeah, it's more
Even as a
powerful, bro.
PS5 guy myself, it is true.
Yeah, it's bro.
Like
The
I played on
Series
my
X is ridiculous.
Series X at my dad's because obviously it came out a week before the PS5.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looks really good. He doesn't have any games. Can I
Oh,
just say my dad does?
he got the Series X and
Well, no,
doesn't have
he
games for
has
it.
games. It's
Yeah.
just he just doesn't play them. All he plays is either COD, and he started playing
Hey, to be
Octopath
fair, it's good
Traveler,
on COD. It's
but
good
he
on
just doesn't understand.
COD like first person shooters on the Series X because the Series X has something called FPS boost, where it
Yeah,
means FPS games run at a locked 60 FPS.
which is ridiculous. Like, you know, you can run I can run COD Advanced Warfare at like minimum 60 FPS. Like, I think it would go up to like a max of 120 FPS on like some of the older games,
Ooh,
which is
nice.
it's disgustingly nice. What's Doom Eternal? Doom Eternal obviously is just a Xbox One and PS4 game by trade, but it's got a Series X boost where the load times it's quite the load times are quite long on like a normal Xbox One or a normal PS4. The load times on Doom Eternal are genuinely you can load up an entire level in about 5 seconds, if even that. Like probably less. You get no frame drops. Great stuff. But back to Dragon Quest Builders. Graphically, it looks perfectly nice. I think the water effects in it are decent. I know there's
Oh, the water's lovely.
I think there is actually a way in the settings to turn. I think it's like real time water effects on rather than it being like Minecraft like blocky water. Because normally the water like flows like water in Minecraft. I believe I could be wrong because I haven't actually checked the settings since I booted the game up. And I didn't like properly look at it, but I believe you can turn like almost like a ray tracing mode on for water, and it apparently it doesn't even slow it down that much. Like I think you drop like probably about 5 frames, and it's running at I would say between 40 and 60 FPS normally. Sometimes I get a bit of frame drop. Like I have noticed, I've played about 15-ish hours of it so far. I have noticed you do get some severe frame drop when you load onto a new island, for example, just because it's loading the entire island in. But other than that, frames are very consistent. Gameplay, I think it's one of them things where it's like, if you enjoy Minecraft and you don't mind like more RPG elements being added to it, so obviously like you level up, you have to like you have like attack and defense and health stats and all this shit. Obviously, in Minecraft, everyone's just at like a base level, right? But in Dragon Quest Builders, you can get like items to increase your max health, increase like defense, increase your attack, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like Minecraft with RPG elements, pretty much. To boil it down to its basics. The story mode, as I said, and as Joe said, it's quite long.
It's incredibly long.
It's because like I say, I'm only just finished the second island, and I'm about 15, 16 hours into the game now. So
Yeah, you're about less than halfway.
Yeah. So as you can tell,
that's based on my memory, but I think there's
it's
only a few worlds.
it's a long,
they are long.
Yeah, it's a long game. If if you're willing to sink the time in, then go for it. I do think a lot of the writing in the game is actually quite alright. Obviously, it's obviously all written in Japanese originally, but I think the English localization is all right. I do notice there's a lot of very English sounding localization. Like when you go to the second island, not to spoil anything, but everybody has like a Cockney, like a written Cockney accent because nobody speaks in the game really.
Yes,
They all have
I completely forgot
Cockney
about
voices for some reason.
that. Oh my god!
And I don't get it.
100%
Like
forgot about that.
they're all Cockney, and then you get like a couple people like there's like I said, not to spoil anything, but there's a goodie bag, I think is the name of the monster. There's a goodie bag you'll meet who speaks like partial English, and then will just throw in random words that don't mean anything to replace actual words. Like it's really strange. But yeah, for the most part, I think the writing is fine, or good even. I don't think it does anything like spectacular in its writing. I think it just, it's just fine. I do think some characters are definitely written more interestingly than others, and there are definitely characters that I preferred over others because if we use the second island, for example, you meet characters as you ring the bell, which is it's not really a spoiler, but there's
That's
bells
not
on each of
spoiler.
the islands. It's part of it's a core game mechanic. You ring the builder's
It's probably
bell.
in the trailer. So
Yes, yeah. So if you've seen the trailer, then there you go. It's congratulations, you spoiled the entire
that's what
game.
I class as not. That's what I class as not a spoiler. Like if it's in the
Yeah, if,
trailer,
if if they show it in the trailer or they say it in like an interview beforehand, it's not a spoiler. But yeah,
it's
you
just
ring the
you're
builders'
looking at it.
bells. You ring the builders'
Oh,
bells on the different islands, and you know you'll get like new people come to your town or your village or whatever. Uh, and I do think one of the pitfalls of the game is most of the ones that when you ring the bell that come to the village, most of them aren't interesting. Like I think that's one of the
yeah,
downfalls is
they're not always
because
interesting.
yeah, I think because they try and introduce so many characters into your village because they have like all these like roles they need to fill. Sometimes some of them are a lot more interesting than others, and then some of them are just like the most boring fucking like you just don't care.
Some are there just for like the population growth, and some are there for like
Yes,
actually
yeah. So,
boosting
so yeah,
story.
I was gonna say so when you ring the bell, most of the characters you'll get are just gonna be like
Builder.
nameless, faceless builders. Yeah, like you'll get like a random miner or like a random farmer or something, and it's like okay, you know
There's a
they'll
lot
never
of
say
that
anything to yeah.
in the third map.
Yeah, and to be fair, there's a lot of it on the second one from memory as well. Like, you ring the bell. I think you only ring it 3 times on the second island. You ring it 4 times on the first one. But on the second island, you only ring the bell 3 times. And I know you, because obviously I just beat the second island like literally yesterday. Um, when you leave, you see just how many like nameless and faceless guys you get who come and work for you, and there's
Oh, so
loads
you
of them.
beat the second island
Yes,
when you
yeah, no,
told
no,
me.
I've beaten the second island, so I
Oh, how
literally
good was that final boss though?
it was all right. It was inventive. Um,
I liked it.
yeah, it was all right. Um,
I think I don't know if we talked about this in the past, but was it is it? Am I right in saying it was a hand boss? Like it was a boss where you had to hit like the hand, or am I wrong?
I think you might be wrong. The second one is the one where you have to try not to spoil anything. You have to freeze them where they are by using a special item that you craft after you go and get. I'm trying to be very very vague here, but you might get what I mean. Second island is the one where you have to go and get certain items from a place, a very warm place. Lava. There's lava there. Um,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. So you have to go and get some items from a place where there is lava. Um, and you ride on the back of somebody who's got this like special item on his arms, and then you have to like reflect blasts and freeze them with it.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
you hit him
second
in
island
like
boss.
eyes, didn't you? Like eyes on that.
They do have like things that sprout out of the ground that you have to beat up, yeah. And then like when the actual thing comes, you freeze that, and then you just go over and everyone just punches it.
Yeah. I remember all the villagers just fucking.
Yeah, they just come in like just a big swarm of them just descend on them. But yeah, Dragon Quest Builders 2, I would say if you are looking for something like Minecraft, but that's a little different, it's got like a proper like story mode to it, bit of depth to it as well. I would say Dragon
I would
Quest
say it's
Builders is
probably my perfect game because it's an RPG mixed with like Minecraft. It's like that's just literally my perfect game. It's, like if they added in like more platform elements, it probably would be my perfect game. But that's just me personally. I really enjoyed it, and it's.
oh yeah, no, I'm really
I mean,
enjoying it.
yeah,
I would say,
it's a bit expensive, like for the what it is.
well, you say that. if you have an
Well, I got it
Xbox,
like for
if you
50
have an
quid.
Xbox, it is on
Or did you get it
Xbox
on
Game
Game
Pass
Pass?
right now. It's on Game Pass Ultimate right now. So if you've got an Xbox, just get Game Pass, and you can get it for free. Well,
We're not.
not for free, but you know what I mean. You get it for the
Yeah.
price of Game Pass. But yeah, I would say it's not really like typically what I would play, but like even since Dragon Quest Builders 1 when that first came out, I never bought Dragon Quest Builders 1 because I remember reading
I
like
don't.
the story mode was like really long and the actual mechanics of the first one, they're very similar to this one but they're a lot less refined. This one, it feels like they've had another go at it and they've got it bang on. I do think like some of the building mechanics are a little strange in this one. And I will say, first person view in this game sucks. It's awful. Only
It
thing
is
I
not.
use it for is when like you're doing like a blueprint of a building and you have to put blocks in awkward places. Because if you go in first person view, you can put them like exactly where you want them, rather than in third person view where it's like you have to like position yourself properly and or there's just to put a block in one place. Go in first person, it's just like Minecraft kind of placing. So like, but first person view, I don't know what it is, but I hate it. I think it's because like, oh, I don't know, something about the camera in it. It doesn't feel right.
No, I mean, I agree with you actually.
Yeah, but
We talked before we actually started recording about how we didn't like the building. So
yeah, the building mechanics aren't. It unfortunately, considering how big of a part in the game as it plays,
I mean, it's in the name. But
yeah, it's
not
I
very
don't know,
good.
man. It's a bit stinky, so to
Goofy.
say. Hey, stinky. Um, but yeah, what else
Anyhow,
is there? I will say, I think I already did say even. It's not really like my typical kind of game I would play like around this kind of
yeah.
a time. Like all I've before I started playing Dragon Quest Builders, if I'm being honest, the only game like I've played extensively in the last couple of months was FIFA 21, and it was just to play career mode because I don't bother playing like Ultimate Team anymore because it's rubbish. But I think this has sort of got me back into like playing like single player games, and there is a multiplayer mode in this. It's just a shame nobody really is playing this game anymore.
The multiplayer mode was weird though, because I remember when it's a lot like Animal Crossing. I don't think you can build in other people's areas.
You can, but you can
Oh, is it?
only do
I
it
think you have to
on
double it.
their
Kind of.
like their Island of Awakening, and like they have to like
Yeah.
invite you as well.
So I
So
remember
it's
when
like
I played it with my dad, it was very weird,
yeah,
and we
it's
just didn't
like
really like it.
you can't go to any of the other islands in co-op mode. All you can really do is get somebody to come over and like they can like look at your island. They can help you do a bit of building, and that's about it. And like only on your main island as well. It's just like I
Sounds
don't
bad.
know. Yeah, I think the multiplayer mode bit of a missed opportunity. I think if they do a third one, which I've heard rumors that it's in the works,
I'm here
because
for a third one. I'm up for it.
apparently Builders 2 sold pretty well.
I
Apparently
can
it
imagine
sold.
it selling okay.
I was gonna say apparently it did sell better than the first one. So I guess that
Square
means
Enix up that money.
yeah. Square
You know
Enix.
they love
I
to
mean they're
be doing
working
it.
on a Dragon Quest 12, so if we do get a Builders 3, I think the chances are it's not going to come out until after Dragon Quest 12.
I mean, they're also remastering Dragon Quest 3, so they're in it for
Yeah,
the Dragon Quest at the minute.
yeah, I was going to say,
That looks
a
so
lot of
good.
Dragon Quest coming out soon. I mean, Dragon Quest 3 already is quite good. Like, And this is,
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge fan
Have
of
you seen the trailer
RPGs,
for it?
but Dragon Quest 3, like, I haven't, no. But Dragon Quest
Oh,
3, like,
it's like
the base game is
the
good.
Traveler art style.
Ew, Octo Shart Traveler.
I really like the art style in that.
Oh yeah, no, the art style's fine. It's just I don't care for the game. Like
No, yeah, the game is shit.
what
That's just
what was the
story.
second one? It was called Triangle Strategy or something like that. Some fucking shit like
Is
that.
it out yet?
It's not
I
out
remember it's
yet.
been
I
released.
remember it was in the last Nintendo Direct, and it took them
You're,
10
you're just think,
minutes.
you're just thinking about it because the last
Well,
Nintendo Direct was bad.
yes, it was. It was bad. All we got announced in a 40-minute fucking direct was Splatoon 3, which I don't care about,
God, it was good.
and Skyward Sword HD, which is a game I already own on the Wii, and I got it. And this is the kicker, right?
I've
I
never
got
played
it.
it. So
I got it. Special edition with the orchestra CD. So it's like, the live performances of like the songs from Zelda. I got I think it was the anniversary edition with the orchestra CD. It was a 2-set CD as well. 50 quid back then. This was when it came out brand new. 50 quid. Skyward Sword HD with, none of the bells and whistles that I got. 60.
Hey, don't think you could buy the bonus amiibo.
For £30. Boy, would I. No, I
Oh,
wouldn't. I would not. Nintendo are
in
beginning
fact,
to
the,
take
the
the
amiibo
piss.
does look nice,
Yeah, but it's not
but
30 quid nice, man. Don't fucking trick yourself into buying it.
I know. I will end up buying.
God.
I'll be like, oh, if I work this amount of hours, I'll pretty much just be paying it off. And then
It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it.
I'm just looking at my Banjo Kazooie amiibo right now.
No,
Like,
Jesus. Jesus, Lord.
but anyway, let's. Should we move on?
Yes, we'll move on to
I
L
feel like what we're doing
next.
next, I'd probably need to send a picture to you, and you can put it at the end of this segment. Um, so we're doing. It's not a true or false this week, but it is a fun little break from all the serious topics. Dragon Quest, it's very hard hitting news. But
Yes,
but
yeah.
yeah, so it's on everyone's. It's Brexit, then Dragon Quest orders. But no, so we've got a Guardians of the Galaxy character tier list. It's from both the films. And I'm gonna go through, and we're gonna both agree. So say I think they're the best character, you think they're the worst character, they're gonna go into the middle slot. So we both agree they go into that slot, and then
Okay.
yeah, so on and so forth. So yeah, the first character is Aisha.
Bottom tier.
Yeah, she's a bitch. Fuck her. She got Yondu killed. Although she is bringing in Adam Warlock into the MCU.
Yeah, bottom tier.
So are we no? We're not going for Adam Warlock. Okay,
Bottom tier. They're all bottom tier, mate.
we'll put her in bad. Oh, it's not actually tracking. Hang on.
Dragon D's
I'll do it at
nuts.
the end.
Er.
Hey! No, no. Right. Oh, there we go. Okay, I've actually added Baby Groot to the bad tier. But I think that's where we're staying for Baby Groot. What do you think?
Bottom tier.
Yeah, I think he's just cringe, isn't it? Next is the Collector.
Bottom tier.
Okay, I'm not putting him in bottom. I'm not putting everyone in bottom tier. I'm gonna put him in okay. I guess
Bottom
that's where
tier.
we're going. Next is I don't know why. I guess just for the cameo. Well, they've added Stan Lee.
Bottom tier.
Ah, you're fucking. No, we're not doing this. He's going. He's going in great. No, no, no. I'll tell you what. Stanley's going in top tier.
Bottom tier.
Next is Drax.
Top tier.
Yes. There we go. One you agree with. Okay. Next is ego.
Bottom tier.
Yeah, I'll put bottom tier. Next is Gamora.
Bottom tier.
I'm gonna put Gamora in great, so that'll average out at a good. Adult Groot.
Bottom tier.
Okay, I'll put him at a best, so that'll average out as a good. Kraglin.
Bottom tier.
I'm gonna put him in okay. Mantis, bottom tier. I'll put her in okay.
Yeah, bottom tier. Nah, put her in bottom
Nebula.
tier. Bottom tier.
Nah, I'll put her in good. Just because of Endgame, it redeemed her. She was good in that. Next is Star Lord.
Star Lord, more like bottom tier.
It's going in great. It's just playing Family. Oh, we should have done a Family Guy tier then.
That's not Family Guys.
Is it not? It's not Peter Griffin.
It's the
Oh,
It's good. You know, I'll send it you on Twitter.
Next is Rocket Raccoon.
More like
He's
Rocket
going in
bottom
there.
tier.
Ronan the Accuser. He's going in okay for me.
Ronan the bottom tier.
Next is Thanos.
More like Than bottom tier.
No, I'm not putting everyone in bottom tier. Next is Thor. Don't know why he's on the list. He's not been in the
Thor,
Guardians of the
more
Galaxy
like
film.
bottom tier.
I'll put him in good. I don't really like Thor that much.
More like bottom
And
tier.
finally is Yondu.
Yondu, more like you on the bottom tier.
Well, I'm just gonna pop him in great because I really like
Pop him
Michael
in the
Rooker.
nanny SBC.
Right, so
Oh.
I'm gonna download that and I'll send that to you. And whether or not you put it in, I don't know. It's up to you.
Maybe I will,
yeah,
maybe I won't.
we're not doing another tier list unless it is, of course, Family Guy.
Oh,
Or
well, I mean, a Family Guy
tier.
one would go very differently.
We'll do that next week.
Yeah.
But
Oh, Travis
Giant
Scott.
Chicken,
Giant Chicken top tier.
Stewie Griffin. He is actually top tier. I'll have to log in to save it. Oh, fuck it. We'll shut it off. Right. Finally, this is probably going to be we're not going to talk, by the way, we've been going for 2 hours. So, final topic, everyone. But, so yeah, Loki's coming out this week. 2 days. Well, 1 day.
Oh shit, yeah it is. Yeah, it's Monday
coming out
today.
this week. I almost said next
Coming out
week.
on
That's E3 next
it's
week.
coming out on Wednesday, my dudes.
Well, no, it's E3 later this week, isn't it? But it
Oh, I
finishes
don't know.
next week.
When's Nintendo's? That's all I really.
Oh,
Nintendo
that's
and
Tuesday
Microsoft
when
are
we're
the
going
only
to
ones I
talk
care
about
about.
it.
Oh shit.
Unless we record a bonus clip. Well, no, what we could do is we can record it on the Monday and then do the E3 bit on the Tuesday. I know because it's out at 5.
Yeah, well, what we'll probably do is
Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Would you like to see a bonus segment on E3? Like just a little 30-minute clip? Let us know. No one's gonna put any. Yeah. So our final thing today is, of course, Loki, because it's coming out this week, and we are very excited for it. Now, me and Jack have been following the guy on. Well, we've not followed him, but we've been watching him on TikTok. He is a guy called Soups, and he is a definition of
he's
a
got
bad
large
Marvel
arms.
fan.
Got large
He's got
arms.
very large. He's like the Big Show, but
He is a little bit.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
he's the definition of a bad Marvel fan or a bad
Okay.
fan in anything. He's a lot like what block content is than Smash Bros fans, but all they talk about is like speculation. and never enjoy the product.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at the
That is
the
right though,
lineup.
isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the lineup for E3. Xbox
Okay.
is on the Sunday, so we can talk about Xbox, Square Enix,
Well, why don't we
Cat
just do next week as
Capcom.
E3?
Yeah, Nintendo's at 5 p.m. on the Tuesday. So, well, 5 p.m. BST. Oh, BST, that's British Standard Time.
Yeah, it's 5 p.m.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, we're not going to be able to get the podcast recorded before the episode will have to go out.
We could delay it by a day.
Maybe.
No one's really gonna be like watching on the edge of a
Yeah, I was
seat,
going to say I don't think anyone's
waiting
going
for
to
it to
care
drop.
that much. Yeah. Okay, we'll do an E3 special. Why not?
Yes. Well, I guess we'll record it on the.
Don't expect a Switch Pro reveal. Okay, I won't.
Everyone's gunning for that, but no. So
That's not going to happen. Oh yeah, Sony's not there, are they?
I thought they were this year, but no, not.
Nope.
They're never there anymore.
No, last one they did was shit
I guess
anyway.
they just do state of plays now.
Yeah, well, Nintendo are only doing a Nintendo Direct, but they're doing
Yeah, well,
Treehouse
they're
E3
known
as well.
for it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
anyway,
yeah,
so
Loki.
Loki's coming out this week, and we follow a guy called Soups on TikTok, and apparently he's got
He's
the
got his
first
hands on
two
the review
episodes off
copy.
Disney. He says I don't. He didn't really say much about it, but
It
yeah,
probably went,
apparently episode
guys,
2.
you're never going to believe this, but I
Um,
have the episodes of Loki already.
that's what he sounds like. He's like, you got to do it louder though. He's going, yeah. This character's coming to the MCU. This obscure character from the comics that no one likes is coming in. Oh, but,
Guys, we have reason to believe they're putting Prowler in the new Spider-Man film.
I just saw in Spider-Man Homecoming. Donald Glover plays fucking Aaron, fucking Morales. No, it's not Morales. It's Aaron.
It's just the Prowler, bro. Just call him the Prowler. I don't know what his real name is.
Is it Aaron No, it's not Aaron Johnson. Who's Aaron Johnson?
I don't know, mate.
Aaron Johnson? I don't know. Well, oh fuck it. But yeah. So this
Who
guy,
cares?
you may if you know anything about Marvel and you like follow it like we
Yeah,
do,
chances
you'll
are
probably
you might
have
have
seen
seen
him.
Soups. Yeah.
You might even like him. Who knows?
Oh. If you do, I'll
He's
pray for you.
entertaining, but I can't watch it. But yeah.
The only lasting memory I have of Soups is him crying at the Superman resurrection scene in the fucking Snyder cut. Fucking pussy, what the fucking crying at a film, bro. You're crying at the Snyder cut. Fuck off.
So he said that the stakes were really high in the show, right?
Bro, fucking stakes are medium rare.
Do you reckon that is the truth? Like, do you
No.
reckon the stakes will actually be high?
No, I think
Loki,
chances are right. What's happening is Loki's going through time and shit. He's having to fix mistakes and things he's done, right? I don't think the stakes will be high. I think what he means by the stakes are high is like if Loki doesn't change this or he changes it wrong, then it changes the entire future. Like, shit like that. And then like he still just gets it all right anyway, so it doesn't matter. But like there is the potential of a high chance of something going wrong, but like it's not going to go wrong. He's going to be fine.
Oh my god, I just thought something. And when I saw it, I just thought, oh, you're fucking idiot. I saw a guy on TikTok. He's a lot like Suits, but yeah. So you know in the trailer, he obviously they're doing like the DB Cooper thing, where obviously they're saying, oh, Loki was behind it, and that
Behind
was where all the
9/11.
money.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, I was talking to someone earlier actually about the
I
Spider-Man.
believe Loki is actually behind 9/11.
But no. So yeah. But so obviously DB Cooper was a real life event, and they're doing that in Loki, and a guy was just like,
Oh wait,
the
they
new
are.
Loki,
Oh shit.
the new
I didn't
Loki
realise
trailer
that.
solves this actual mystery. I'm just like, no, it doesn't. It wasn't actually Loki. It's
Or was
well,
it?
it could have been. Who knows?
Ooh.
But
In real life.
he was just the way he said it. It's like the new Loki trailer solves one of the world's greatest mysteries. I'm just like, what? what? Like, I don't know. It's weird,
Oh my
but yeah,
god.
that was just a funny side note. But yeah, I think Loki will be good. I don't think it'll be too MCU impacting, considering it is sort of like an alternate timeline thing. I don't think he'll be brought into the main MCU, or maybe in Doctor Strange he will. Uh, I hope he does because I definitely want more of Loki. But I just feel like that will take away from his death in Infinity War, um, which was very sad. You know, I was there crying. I cry at everything. Uh, as
Cry
Jack
at the
was dead.
Snyder Cut.
I did, yeah. I cried to the ending of Arc 2. Not Arc 2, Arc Genesis 2 the other day.
Oh my fucking god.
I know, I cry I get
Jesus
emotional
Christ.
when, you know, like the music swells, it's an end to an era. Because a lot of things I watch or play have been going on for years. So when, obviously Genesis 2 is the end of Arc 1, you know, that's it. Um, it's very. Hey, David Tennant's in it, man.
Bro,
Voice
David
acting is
Tennant
incredible.
David Tennant was in fucking Jessica Jones. It doesn't mean I watched it.
David Tennant's good. We love
Yeah,
him.
it doesn't mean Ark is good. Like I
It
say,
does.
just because David Tennant was in Jessica Jones, it doesn't mean Jessica Jones was any good.
Well, I've not watched it, but still. But yeah, so I don't. This is just a shit segment, all in all. What a crap way to end. We've not said anything important about Loki. Just said how much we hate Doom.
Apparently, according to Kevin Feige, there's gonna be different versions of Loki potentially.
Well, we know
So
Lady
there you
Loki's
go.
in it,
Potentially.
and maybe Kid Loki
Oh, when
or
he got killed in the
himself.
Ragnarok event.
Yeah,
Maybe.
they
Maybe we'll
could go
get.
back to Ragnarok.
Maybe we'll get
We know Thor and
um.
Heimdall.
No, I don't
Well,
mean like Thor
Thor
Ragnarok. I don't mean the film Thor Ragnarok. I mean the actual Ragnarok event from, well, like Fear
Oh,
itself.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
when the God Butcher came down and fucking killed pretty much everybody in Asgard. That's what I mean by the Ragnarok event.
yeah.
I mean, apparently the God Butcher might be in Thor 4.
Yeah, it's Christian Bale, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So there you go. Maybe they're gonna
It's
tie in. Who
Christian Bale.
knows? Was it War and Thunder or Love and Thunder, or whatever it's called?
Love him. Have you seen Disney have got mad about that because Taika Waititi and what's the name? Um,
Zendaya,
no, it's not Zendaya.
Ariana
Um,
Grande.
no, who's the bitch who plays Valkyrie? She was in Men in Black.
Oh, is
Tessa
it
Thompson
that's the one, Tessa Thompson.
and is it Rita Ora as well?
I do know who Rita Ora is. Oh,
They're
she yeah,
they're they're in
she
like
was in it. She was in Detective Pikachu. That's what she was in.
oh, what, Tessa Thompson or Rita Ora?
No, Rita Ora. Rita Ora plays a scientist
Oh
in
shit!
Detective Pikachu. Apparently, there's a
Wow, maybe,
sequel to that coming out soon. I doubt
who
it.
cares?
I hope it doesn't,
Or being
because
a ho-oh,
thing is, right, I
Lugia.
enjoyed Detective Pikachu, but I fucking hate them Pokemon designs. They scare me. I don't
They're
like
weird.
it. They're weird, man. I can't get on board with it.
Well, no. So but yeah. So anyway, so Tessa Thompson, Taika Waititi, and Rita. I think it's Rita Ora. They're in like some sort of like weird three-way relationship,
Oh,
and
IRL.
the photos have like been leaked, and like Disney are apparently really mad about it,
What? Because they're
which
in
I
a
don't see why.
relationship.
Yeah, I mean it's just a three-way
Bro,
relationship.
Taika Waititi's a fucking baller.
I know. I mean, like
Let's have a look. Taika
fucking.
Waititi.
I mean, he's a good-looking chap, but he's not the best of guys. So to get both of them, I mean, fair play to him
Yeah, here you go.
because they're both bi, aren't they?
Yes, I believe so.
One of
Rita
the
Ora record label didn't like the cozy snaps with Taika Waititi and Tessa Thompson, apparently. There you go.
even the record label didn't like. Why are people not liking it?
I think it's because they don't like the idea of polygamy.
Just fucking leave them be.
Yeah.
I mean, sure it's weird, but it's just like leave them be.
What?
I mean, like we're so accepting of like furries and now the
Bob
culture. Like I think
Odenkirk?
that's weirder.
What? Sorry, I was just
What?
fucking Bob Odenkirk apparently said nobody is going to nobody's going to remember Breaking Bad in a few years.
Oh, get him.
Fucking bro, you played Saul. You're like one of the best characters in the fucking show. Anyway,
But yeah, so I don't see why the labels are mad because there's a
well,
lot of
it's
weirder things that are being
well,
promoted, like
it's because they're
furries.
like openly polygamous, and polygamy is
True.
like actually being open with your polygamy is a strange thing. I feel like I think it's because Rita Ora is like presented as this like I get not really like a family friendly, but like she's a marketable musician. I feel like, and openly admitting to stuff like polygamy, which is it's illegal in certain parts of the world. I
Shit,
guess.
it's actually illegal. God damn.
Yeah. I guess it can take away from revenue
Didn't know
streams
that.
for the label.
But
So
I mean,
I can see why they might get angry about it.
we've seen things where it's like companies only do things because it's profitable. Like
Yeah,
I remember
Disney,
seeing like Bethesda, they've changed all their Twitter accounts to like Pride
Rainbows.
logo.
Yep,
I think it's
but
yeah,
not
and then
in the
they did
Middle
it in
East.
Russia.
Didn't in Russia or the Middle
Yeah,
East because it's illegal to be gay. Let's go,
it's just like if you're
bro.
gonna do it,
Bethesda. Yeah, you got to
do
go
it
all
for
out.
all,
You got to go
or
all out.
don't do it at all.
Yep,
Like it's
yep. Well, it's been the same for the last couple of years. That's another thing. Disney are fucking the fact that Disney have got angry at them for this, but then Disney will go into China and they'll remove Finn from the Star Wars posters because he's black, and they'll cover up
I
all
don't
the women. They'll cover up all the women
yeah.
in the thing except for Rey, and they'll fucking put like
I remember
helmets
seeing
on
the
people and
Chinese
stuff.
poster. Isn't he just like smaller? I
No,
don't think he's actually
he's not in
Finn
it.
or.
He's just not in it. Like, he's
Oh, is he
completely removed
actually?
from the poster. It was the Force Awakens
Wow.
poster. They completely removed Finn from the poster.
I like how the Chewbacca was in that.
What else? You know how there's like a same-sex kiss in I want to say Rise of Skywalker. Like it's like a blink and you miss it
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Completely removed from the Chinese cut
You know,
because
so
can't be gay
shit,
in
man.
China. Can't be gay in China. Simple as that. So just don't include it.
I think we should just stop giving things to China.
Well.
Who's gonna miss him? I mean, yeah, it's a loss of revenue, but like it's Disney.
It's
Come on.
a big loss of revenue. China's where most of these like international companies' revenue comes from because
I know,
China has
I've
a
played
lot
Civ.
of people.
I know their culture. I know
Mate,
their
China have a lot of people, a lot of money,
yeah.
a lot of money
But
to
it's
give to Disney.
because what they only let in like what 20 films a year.
Yeah, most of them are Disney.
Yeah, most of them
China have a
because they
very
know how to play the
limited.
system.
Yeah. Well, it's because Disney pay off the Chinese government to let them put their films in China, and then they they get more money out of China than they're putting in to let them put the films in, because the Chinese revenue streams are so fucking huge. Because like they only get 20 films, and if they're all Disney films, all that money's going to Disney.
I think we should put in more like films that are like meaningful, like Be Nice to Gays, not just oh we
Well,
got to blow up the Death Star.
bro,
Oh,
that's never gonna fly
oh,
in China because the government don't want you to be gay.
I guess so. Like put like a little poster in the background saying be nice to gays.
Put
Oh,
up a
that's
fucking Blade poster.
honestly
Be
just fucking
nice to
like
me.
just put in a strong message, message,
They're
just and
just like a real. They put in like an extended cut of just two men kissing graphically, just like
yeah.
you know
No, just fucking put some hardcore gay sex.
you know the picture of the two
Fucking old
black
people.
men kissing. Just put that on screen for 2.5 hours. See
It's
see
like
how the
people.
Chinese market react. Turns out it becomes the highest grossing film of all time.
Thought this was a film in China. Psych before.
Two black gay men kissing, the musical. It's just a musical rendition of
Honestly,
it.
that is the perfect picture to put in because
It's
China,
funny.
they just
They
don't.
hate ethnic minorities, and they hate gay people. So put some minorities who are gay kissing each other on the screen. Boom. That's how you get into the Chinese market.
Well, that's not how you get in, but that's how you. Yeah,
So you get out.
I was gonna say that's how you turn them on, but that's
Stop sending me pictures of gay
that's how
men kissing.
it's
It's
turning me
turning me
on.
on. Stop.
Oh, I love Curly Daddy. He's the best TikToker.
No, mate,
Did you see that
that's
World of Shirts
me.
was stomped on a fish?
What?
You know World of Shirts? He's the autistic fellow who runs New York.
Um.
He's the guy who goes, "It's New York," and it's like, "I run this city now."
Oh, I know the quote. I
Yeah.
don't think I know the person, but you go on.
He got caught stomping on a fish, brutally murdering it,
Oh, yeah, that's
and
grim.
he got doxed out of his hotel because people said he was he was making bomb threats, and he just
Well,
he
that is how you
survived.
doc. That is how you that's how you get him.
I mean, he deserves to be doxed because he stomped on a fish, but I mean, um, but yeah. So we've definitely gone off topic today. I think
Yeah.
we've probably triggered a few people with some things we said today.
Yeah, get triggered. Yeah, fucking
Fucking,
liberals. You
I'm a
fucking
member of the
you
LGBTQ
libtards.
community, so you can't
You
cancel me, guys.
fucking libtards. You
And
fucking
and and Jack is
liberal
Welsh, so
tards. Yeah, I'm an ethnic
yeah,
minority. I'm Welsh.
so yeah, we're both minorities.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's gonna get us. Oh my god.
Nah, we're fine.
Uh, I mean,
Just,
these
well,
guys.
you know, you're 1% West African. It's fine.
How many sexual guys? Go easy on.
1% West African, Joe.
Oh, did we actually do that?
What?
I swear someone did like a fucking thing of me, like it's like nationality or something.
It
Based on
might have
like
been
picture.
me. It might have been me.
I think it
Yeah,
was you.
yes, I think it was. Yeah, didn't you come up with like Romania?
It's probably something like that. Yeah.
Uh,
I'll be like the guy who actually came up as like
what's on?
8% like
I
West
came up at
African.
I came up as like 34% Middle Eastern, which is not even slightly true.
That explains a lot. Getting you
Wow.
kicked out.
Guess that's why I got kicked out of the Twin Towers.
Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, next week we'll talk about the Spider-Man Black issue.
Talk about
Oh
Spider-Man
no, is he
Blue.
free next week?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we'll talk
No,
about Spider-Man.
I saw.
Talk about Spider-Man Blue as well. Never read
How
it.
much does the Black issue of Spider-Man go for? Should we search need
I don't
quickly?
know. A lot, probably.
I want to signed one, signed by the heroes in Nana.
Ooh,
Uh,
Spider-Man Back in Black by J. Michael Krasinski.
I was gonna search Spider-Man 9/11. That was it.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, it's pretty good because it was the first comic to address the issues of 9/11. All it talked about was the heroes in
Jeff
9/11, which
Loeb? Wait, Jeff Loeb? I know
is
Jeff Loeb. I've heard of him.
oh my god,
Oh my god.
£152.
That's a lot of money. Spider-Man Blue canon. Spider-Man Blue is canon. Wow.
Oh, this one's 6,000.
So,
You go
fucking
half.
hell. Yeah, if you're talking about pennies, then sure. 1,000 pennies.
Penny, penny.
Ah, it's funny. Ah, ha, ha,
What?
ha, ha.
Oh, this one's only 299. Oh, that did just go up massively. Okay. No, so yeah. I mean,
that's it for this week, isn't it?
that's we can't post it. we just fucking rambled for fucking 2 hours.
We
2.5
did,
hours.
There's a shambolic episode this week, I'll be
To be
honest.
fair, I think the only people who would sit all the way through this are people who are very like-minded
Mental.
to us.
The
So
mentalists. That's who.
yeah, and so no. So yeah, but yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you everyone.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Thank you
watching.
for me.
Remember to leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends about the Wrestling Answers podcast.
Next week is the E3 special, so you have an interest in
next week is
gaming at all.
the EAP, the E3
I mean, we're both gaming
Answers
experts.
podcast. Yes, of course, yeah. EAP.
No, the E3 Answers review.
Okay.
Analysis review.
There you go. E3 analysis and
The
review.
ear, and we
The
will
ear.
talk your ear off.
Funny. I'm laughing.
Hopefully, we see some Arc 2.
No, I hope we don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
don't want to have to talk
That'll
about
be 10
fucking
minutes.
Ark.
Shall we
God.
show a
fucking.
Spinosaurus in the trailer?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right.
But anyway, thank you so
anyway,
much, guys.
Thank you for listening, or not listening. You know, if you got me on in the background, you're not paying attention. Fair enough. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week for our ear, our E3 analysis and review.
Yeah.
Fuck off, nerds.